moving swiftly on to a topic that, of course, has become very, very exciting in the last few years. And we're going to ask Simone a question. What type of regulations must one adhere to when advertising in relation to an ethical brand?
Well, it's quite an interesting question, and I've had a little look around. There actually isn't any specific difference when you're advertising an ethical brand as to a non-ethical brand. I mean, I don't know, can you all put your hands up if you've ever done any advertising for your brands before? No? Okay, so a couple of hands have gone up. It's very, very expensive to advertise, but there are ways that you can do it cheaply. I think the most important thing to do is to take a look, if you're interested in advertising, is to take a look at a website. I think it's the asa.uk.org. It's the Advertising Standards Authority. Now, their job is to actually monitor advertising and to make sure that advertising is actually correctly displaying the message that it should be. I mean, you may have seen recently in the press in regards to L'Oreal, they actually were advertising a Rimmel mascara on Kate Moss, and in the ad she was wearing fake eyelashes. I mean, it's quite ridiculous. Clearly that was misleading consumers, and that's where the role of the ASA comes in. They make sure that marketers and advertisers do not mislead consumers. In their website, there's a series of codes of conduct called CAP codes, and these are what marketers should basically refer to when doing any sort of advertising. I mean, a lot of these are common sense. I mean, for example, it's making sure that you're being honest about what you're saying, that you're not lying about your products, that in your ads you're actually displaying products that are yours. It is very simple, and the majority of the time, if you're thinking about doing an ad or doing a promotion that could be potentially a problem and might have a problem with the code, it's probably quite likely that it does. So it is worth taking a look on the ASA website just to make sure that, you know, there aren't going to be any problems. I mean, as an example, through Adeli, we've done a lot of advertising in glossy magazines as well as online and direct marketing. And we just, in terms of the ethical side of things, for example, if you're writing some copy about a hemp dress, you need to make sure that the image you're displaying is representative of that copy, so that you actually have an image of a hemp dress there. But in effect, I mean, the same rules do apply. You know, all your ads need to be honest. That's really what it comes down to.
Thank you very much. I think we get that, and I think what's really interesting about what we're talking about today is advertising sort of is one aspect, but we're going to ask you another bit of a extending question to that, if we might, Simone, and that is